I'm on a railing, and back when I used to work on a ranch, when I was a teenager, on our time off, we would ride the most obnoxious horses we could get. And when one of us would be riding it, the rest of us would sit on the railing, except inside, where the horse and the rider were going crazy. You know, it didn't make any sense, but that's how we did it. And sometimes the horse and rider would come rushing up, slam against the fence, and some people would jump off, and some wouldn't. And if you just stayed on the fence, you know, you just reel back, the bronco slams up against the fence, dives back in, and you look at somebody and say, "You got scared, John? You wanna hand up, or are you done for the day? You okay? You look kind of shaky." So pretty soon, you know, a cowboy would just rather have his legs crushed than look like he was afraid and jump off the fence. So one day I suffered for that, but not as much as my friend Joe. And I like Joe a lot, actually. We're sitting on the railing, legs in. Behind us was a hitching post with both our horses on it. And I don't know if you've ever seen a hitching post or one that's actually used for work. Is, you know, it's a long railing, and the horses chew at it. You know, if they're going to be tied up there for hours, they're gonna do something, and they're gonna chew on your reins if they can. They'll chew on the post if they can't. And so thoroughly chewed is where I'm getting at. So Joe and I are sitting on the railing, and here comes this bronc going to slam right up against the fence. And both Joe and I tuck our legs up, knees almost touching our chests. The bronc hits the side of the fence and kind of goes up, and the fence gives way. The railing comes loose, and right as it does, the bronc comes up, hits both of our legs. And mine they kind of pinion right up into my chest, and I go shooting straight up in the air. Joe does a flip backwards and goes straight through the hitching post. He breaks the railing that has our horses tied up to. I'm doing a somersault in the air, but I don't realize that. I feel like I'm motionless and falling backwards, and I spread my legs so I could land flat on my back. I don't realize I'm jackknifing through the air. So I land on my horse right as its reins are coming free. My legs spread, my arms spread. I land just like this, just right on my saddle. My horse does a rotation. Joe's horse whips his head around, and my arms are still up in like a I surrender posture, and the reins come whipping around and wrap around my forearm. And so I suddenly kind of get a hold of myself, and my horse is like, you know, he's older and calmer, and Joe's horse immediately feels that I've got his reins, even though I don't, and so he calms down. And I look down at Joe on the ground, and everyone's looking at me. You know, did a flip through the air and landed perfectly on my saddle, and also captured Joe's horse at the exact same moment. I looked down at Joe and I said, and I regret this, I said, "Joe, you're no cowboy." It seemed like a funny thing to say at the time, but Joe never did live it down, and he actually didn't sign on the next season because people wouldn't let it go. I tried to play it off. I said, "Joe, I tried to get your horse underneath you, but you fell too fast." But he wasn't in a joking mood at this point. Now wait a minute, that didn't happen. Oh, anyway, I was on a railing though.